Alrighty, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, DJ. Back with another reaction video today. We finna react. He was the best center in the league, and then he disappeared. No, nigga. Freaky ass nigga, he is 69 God.
Freaky ass nigga, he is 69 God.
That's what this nigga is. If you don't know who we talking about, you should know by the thumbnail. We talking about Dwight motherfucking Howard, Mr. No Diddy. We gotta call him Mr. No Diddy now, cause he be out here, he be wanting to party, and you gotta tell him no.
Cause P Diddy be wanting to party, and you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did.
Mr. P Diddy of the NBA, Mr. P Diddy of the NBA. We ain't finna talk about it though. We gonna get right into it though.
Well, let's be nice. Let's be nice. We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good Lord.
I'm just saying, the P Diddy of the NBA. Without further ado, just hey, we gotta look at it for what it is. This nigga is the P Diddy of the NBA. Come on, Chief. You cannot. Okay, Karl Malone is the R. Kelly of the NBA. P. Diddy is the Drake of the NBA, and Dwight Howard is the Diddy of the NBA. So we got our and John Morant is the NBA. John Morant is the NBA young boy of the NBA. So yeah, there you go. And no, and Zion is the damn, who can we compare Zion to? I don't know. We'll have to think about it. But Zion is definitely a freaky frog. But without further ado, let's get right into this.
Do you remember this guy right here? He used to dominate your favorite NBA team on a night-to-night basis.
Hey, yo, that sounded wild. Considering who we talking about right now, that's wild.
And then all of a sudden, he just wasn't there anymore. His name? Dwight Howard. And well, that's what happened with Dwight Howard. A guy who made the All-Star team every single year, won Defensive Player of the Year 3 years in a row, and then all of a sudden, a few years down the road, the NBA and their fans just completely forgot about this guy. And in the grand scheme of things, overall in NBA history, he goes completely underrated. To understand this, we got to go back to 2000.
Most definitely, he's underrated. He definitely should have been on the top 75. Obviously, politics got him written off. Him and Kyrie both got written off the top 75, and I still don't agree with that to this day. I think that Dwight Howard should have been top 75. You cannot say there are 75 players better than Dwight Howard. You can't. Now, you could probably say there's 50 better than Dwight Howard. You could say there's 40 better than Dwight Howard. You could say a lot, but 75, fuck no. Dwight is in that 75. And Kyrie as well.
Before really quickly, we're with the first pick in the NBA draft, the Orlando Magic. Well,
with the first pick in the 2004 NBA draft, the Orlando Magic select Dwight Howard from Southwest Christian Academy.
Dwight Howard, a player straight out of high school, 19 years old, literally younger than me. Damn. But at the time, it was a big debate. Should the Magic take the 19-year-old out of high school, or should they take the junior from UConn, Emeka Okafor?
No, they made the right decision. They made the right fucking decision. Because who was Emeka Okafor? Who is this? Who was Emeka Okafor? But he won Rookie of the Year. And I say, who is Emeka Okafor?
This was right after the draft. Read this. Orlando coach Johnny Davis speculated that many pundits believe Okafor to be better than Howard simply because of exposure. There were 3 years of competition in the TV-friendly Big East for Connecticut, as well as a lengthy tournament run capped by the national championship. Damn, they really thought there was a chance Okafor was better. But wait a second, you're telling me he was the coach of the Magic in 2004? But for real, joining the team that just lost their best player, Tracy McGrady, Dwight proved right away he was going to be a force in this league. He averaged 12 and 10 in his rookie season, but in that, he broke so many records. Youngest player to average a double-double in a season, youngest player to average at least 10 rebounds in a season,
Damn.
youngest player to record 20 rebounds in a game,
Damn.
defensive monster. And on top of that, Dwight was the first player directly out of high school to start all 82 games in his rookie season. And then, unanimously, he was selected to the all-rookie team. I mean, instantly, it was obvious that Dwight Howard was going to be a guy in the league for a long time. Although he did finish third in Rookie of the Year voting, Emeka Okafor won. Crazy in hindsight. Look at this rookie class though, kinda a sick class. Dwight, Ben Gordon, Iggy, Dang, JR, kinda a dope class. But like I was saying, it was clear that Dwight was a huge part of Orlando's future at this point. But something no one ever talks about, Dwight started a lot of games at the 4 his rookie season. So that offseason after, he gained like 20 pounds of muscle, which is absurd. I need that training resume. I can't have muscle for shit. But because of this, the Magic's assistant coach, his name is Brian Hill, he's the guy that helped Shaq become one of the league's most dominant centers. He decided it was time for Dwight to become a full-time center in the NBA. And as we know, it wouldn't be long before Dwight Howard became unarguably the best center in the NBA. And really, one of the best centers of all time. But let's look at his first season at the 5, or his sophomore season in the NBA. And now that he was a center, it was obvious how good he was. Early in the season, one of the first few games, 21 points and 20 rebounds versus the Bobcats.
Damn.
I mean,
Well, it's the
yeah,
Bobcats.
It's the Bobcats, but still. But that made Dwight the youngest player to get 20 points and 20 rebounds in a game. He finished that season averaging 16 and 12 and a half. I mean, 12 and a half rebounds in his second season doesn't really happen too often anymore. And he filled up the stat sheet at the end of the season too. Second in the NBA in rebounds per game, second in offensive rebounds, second in double-doubles,
Damn.
6th in field goal percentage, just a lot of different things, especially with the rebounds. This is what Dwight said after his sophomore season. Rebounding is fun, it helps the team win. I like highlights too, but I'd much rather have 30 rebounds than 30 points. Rebounding is probably one of the toughest things you can do in the game of basketball.
Facts.
Does he think he is Josh Hart? But really, it worked out pretty well for Dwight. 10th all-time in rebounds. And look at the names ahead of him. Decent company if I had to say so. But as many rebounds as he was getting, it didn't matter. The Magic still sucked. They missed the playoffs again, but that'd be the last time. Because Dwight's third season, they had a damn squad. Dwight, Jameer Nelson, Grant Hill, Hito Turkoglu, JJ Redick, Trevor Ariza, Darko Milicic. Okay, never mind about that one. But the
Hear me and hear me good, nigga. I'm here to double down. That shit is a 2-pack of ass. The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks.
Come on now, dawg. Come on, man.
Man, this is some bullshit. Boo this man.
The rest of the squad, the Magic were good this season. Finally. But Dwight, he was even better too. Votes for Defensive Player of the Year, Most Improved Player, played in all 82 regular season games for the 3rd consecutive season, made his first All-Star team, and then, one of the first games back from the All-Star break, he does this.
Switch there. I wouldn't be
Oh
surprised to see
yeah.
Redick back cut.
I remember they made League Pass free for that week. I remember they made League Pass free for that week. First game I was watching was this game right here, bro. This is when I knew who Dwight Howard was, bro.
They lob it up high.
You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me.
That's when I said, oh, I'm finna start watching the Orlando Magic, because this Dwight Howard dude look like he gonna be a problem.
Dwight was basically unstoppable at this point. He finished the season averaging 18 and 12. Damn, 0.2 less rebounds than the season before. Maybe he's washed. Alright, really? Dwight makes his first All-NBA team in his 3rd season? Look at this team. D-Wade, KG, Melo, Dwight, Chauncey. That's an All-NBA 3rd team? Damn. But Dwight finished the season even better than before. First in the NBA in total rebounds, 2nd in field goal percentage, 9th in blocks, and finally, After a long-awaited 3 years, okay, not that long, but the Magic made the playoffs with Dwight. And yeah, they were the 8th seed, and yeah, they did get swept by the Pistons, but they were finally showing some signs of life. Think about it like the Magic today. Finally make the playoffs, led by Paolo Banchero. That was Dwight. And we know today's Magic have a good future. And yeah, for the Magic Dwight, that was the clear case too.
Yeah.
Because fast forward to the next season, listen to this. This is how people were talking about Dwight Howard at this point. This is a New York Times article. The former Knicks center Patrick Ewing, who was an assistant for Orlando, said Howard could be one of the best to ever play the game. Because of his size, age, and talent, some observers believe Howard has the potential to be mentioned alongside the NBA greats Wilt Chamberlain and Shaquille O'Neal. So you're comparing a 24-year-old during the season to two of the greatest centers to ever pick up a basketball, and then you have one of the other best centers ever saying he could become one of the greatest centers of all time too. Clearly, there were expectations with Dwight at this point.
Yeah.
And he delivered in his 4th season, again, an NBA All-Star. This time, a starter. Look at the starting 10. D-Wade, Kidd, Dwight, LeBron, KG, Kobe, AI, Yao, Melo, Duncan. If I'm being honest, I was too young to watch that. But damn, bro. Yao and AI in the same starting 5.
Yeah, this is also the year he won the slam dunk contest too. This is when he made the dunk contest fun again.
A cheat code. And also that weekend, well, Dwight did this. But you already knew that.
Oh my gosh.
I ain't gonna lie. I thought he dunked that bitch from the camera angle. I thought he dunked that bitch. I said I was like, yo, I was jumping out my seat. I was like, yo.
You win, young fella. You win.
Classic dunk contest. But for the Magic that season, Dwight finished the season averaging 21 and 14. He led the NBA in rebounds per game. He was named to his first All-NBA first team and the defensive second team too. And on top of that, he led the Magic to their first division title in 12 years. That locked them in as the 3rd seed in the 2008 playoffs. And it was just complete dominance against the Raptors in the first round. Sorry, Chris Bosh. On a real note though, how is this a playoff team, let alone a 6th seed? Anthony Parker, Chris Bosh,
And East was
Rafa
trash.
Nestrovic, Andrea Bargnani, TJ Ford. I mean, besides Bosh, am I sleeping on someone here? Am I unfamiliar with Rasho's game? Because clearly, they couldn't stop Dwight Howard. He had 3 20-20 games in a 5-game series. In that, he had a total of 91 rebounds in the series, more than the entire Raptors front court. Just complete dominance against Toronto. And although that was the case, they'd meet Detroit in the second round once again, and again, they couldn't beat them. Lost in 5. I mean, the 2000s Detroit Pistons were a force. If you know, you know. But at this point, it was clear Dwight Howard was the best center in the NBA. The Magic officially had their guy. They just had to put the right pieces around him. And he continued to prove that the next season. Actually, this would be the best season of his career up to this point. I mean, things kept going up for Dwight. Again, an all-star starter. Although, he did miss the first games of his career in this season. 3 games. But again, the Magic win the division. Remember, this is when divisions mattered in the NBA and they gave you a top playoff spot. Well, the Magic finished 59 and 23, which was good for the 3rd seed in the East. But Dwight, he becomes the youngest defensive player of the year in NBA history.
It is my honor today to present to you, Dwight Howard, the NBA's 2008-2009 Defensive Player of the Year Performance Award, sponsored by Kia Motors America. Congratulations.
You had to read that from the script. Trash. You got to read that from the script.
Big for a big man, right? Congratulations.
That's sweet. I wish my defensive stance was like that. I was about to say, whose stance is that? That's a good defensive stance. Maybe that's Turks.
On top of the Defensive Player of the Year, he again made the All-NBA first team, and of course, the defensive first team, but the Magic. Like I said, they were the 3 seed. This gave them a first-round matchup with the 76ers, and Dwight would just dominate. In Game 5, Dwight had 24 and 24. Magic won in 6. In the second round, they had the Boston Celtics, and although they would win the series, this was the beginning of a rivalry we all know today. Dwight Howard, and Stan Van Gundy.
The reason we were winning with 5 minutes to go is because we moved the ball, we ran, got easy shots, and our coach has to recognize, when he has a.
Yeah, there's one thing I do gotta say. Stan Van Gundy is arguably one of the most smartest basketball minds, but one of the worst coaches. One of the worst coaches under pressure. If there's one thing I've noticed from a lot of players that have played under Stan Van Gundy, they have all said the same thing. He's good with the X's and O's. He knows how to break down a team. He knows how to do everything the right way. He just has this problem with sticking to the game plan. He gets paranoid, and then he ends up changing the whole format, and then the next thing you know, you're losing games because he doesn't know how to stick to the game plan.
A certain group out there and they're getting the job done, you have to leave those guys on the floor. I would say it's just tough, to win all season long when you do, you play inside out, you trust one of the people that have gotten you off to a good season, I think I'm capable of scoring in the post, so, I just don't think 10 shots, but I don't want to say it's all about offense. But, you got a dominant player, and let him be dominant.
Damn. Well, the Magic would go on to win this series too, and that gave them a conference finals matchup with LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Ready for this? Game 6, Dwight Howard, 40 points and 14 rebounds. The Magic went 4-2 and are headed to the NBA Finals for the first time.
Yeah, Dwight went crazy in that series. I don't care what y'all LeBron fans say. Oh, we didn't have the help. You don't win 60-plus games and not have the help. I wish y'all LeBron fans would shut the fuck up. We didn't have the help. We didn't have all the pieces. No. That's not the case. You just ran into a better team. Stop chalking it up to LeBron didn't have all the pieces around him in Cleveland. You don't win 60 fucking games without the right pieces. You don't do that. You don't make it all the way to the conference finals without a good team. You just ran into a better one. That's all it is. It's your team just didn't meet the expectations of the other team. That's all it is. LeBron fans, just accept it. Your king was not better than Dwight Howard in that series. Just call it what it is, dog. Be real.
In 14 years, led by, unarguably, the best big man in the NBA, Dwight Howard. But in the finals, I gave them a matchup with Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles.
Because let's be real, you can't sit up. Nobody sits up here and says Orlando didn't have Dwight Howard didn't have a good enough team around him to face the Lakers. They had a great team to face the Lakers. They just got outplayed by a better team. That's all it is. Just chalk it up to the fact that you're taking on a better team that has a better player that's more determined. Kobe is a way better player and is more determined to win a championship. Come on now. Just be real. Just be real, LeBron fans. That's all you got to do. If we can say that about Dwight Howard and the Orlando Magic in 2009, we can say the same thing about the Cavaliers. It's not the supporting cast. They ran into a team that was well orchestrated and way better to do the fucking job that they needed to do to get to the next round. You just ran into a better team. Just accept it. Your king was just not better than Dwight Howard and what he was doing.
Angeles Lakers. I mean, Kobe's been here before. It was going to be a tough series. And really, that's exactly what it was. The Lakers won at 5. Although in Game 4, Dwight Howard did set the NBA record with blocks in a finals game with 9. But yeah, they did lose, but it didn't matter. The Magic were young. They were bound to get right back. I mean, they were 3 games away from winning the NBA championship. Things were only going up from here. Right?
Nope.
Well, No, the Magic would never get back to this level. Although the next season, Dwight would continue to dominate, again an NBA All-Star starter, and again the Defensive Player of the Year. Also this season, he became the first player in NBA history to lead the league in both blocks and rebounds in the same season twice.
How is this not top 75?
This was 2 consecutive years. I mean,
how is this not top 75? Somebody please tell me how this man did not make the top 75 list with the shit he was doing at the young age that he was at. How the fuck is this not top 75? Get the fuck out of here, bro.
You can make a good argument that Dwight Howard was the best player in the NBA at this point. In the NBA GM survey they do every year, for this season, Dwight got 3rd most votes to win MVP. For the question, if you were starting a franchise today and could sign any player in the NBA, who would it be? He was 2nd, just behind LeBron. For which player forces opposing coaches to make the most adjustments? 3rd this time, just behind LeBron and Kobe. And for who's the best center in the NBA? 1st with 82% of the votes. For best defensive player in the NBA, he was 1st by a long shot, and the same goes for best interior defender, and he was 2nd for who was the most athletic question, and 1st for who's the best offensive rebounder question. I mean, that's the kind of notability Dwight Howard had around the NBA at this point. As good as Dwight was though, I mean, the Magic were good, but they wouldn't return to the finals this season. The conference finals lost to the Boston Celtics. And again, the next season, another Defensive Player of the Year for Dwight, the first player in NBA history to win DPOY 3 years in a row. He averaged 23 and 14, a career high in points. On top of that, 2.3 blocks and a career high 1.3 steals, and he had career highs in points and field goal percentage. The Magic won 52 games and finished as the 4th seed in the East, but kinda surprisingly, they lost to the Hawks in the first round. And in Game 1, Dwight had a playoff career high 46 points and 19 rebounds, but ultimately, the Magic lost to the Hawks in 6. And at this point, there was a pretty common theme. The Magic are good, but not good enough. And Dwight's out there dominating, but the Magic, they just can't get it done. So this right here is a true turning point in Dwight Howard's career. At this point, Dwight wanted to win, and he wanted to win in Orlando, but he didn't think they were serious enough, and he wanted help. That's when he requested a trade. He gave 3 destinations: the New Jersey Nets, the Los Angeles Lakers, and the Dallas Mavericks. 3 spots he thought he could win. A little later, Dwight agreed to back off trade demands, but he really wanted roster changes. Luckily, he stayed just long enough, because about a month later, he became the Magic's all-time leading scorer.
Rims in the game today when he was with the 76ers, when he broke it and snapped just about like that. Well, not like that, but just like the one Boomer did.
He is the all-time Magic scoring leader on that dunk. He has passed Nick Anderson. He has 10,651 points. Dwight Howard in his 8th year with the Magic.
Cool moment. But Dwight still wanted change for the team. Especially, Stan Van Gundy fired, which gave us maybe the most awkward interview in NBA history.
What is your sense when you talk to management? Will they listen to him, or will it be a management?
Oh, I have no idea. They can. Well, obviously, it'll be a management decision. They have to make the decision, but I ain't worried about that.
To be fair in this situation, Stan Van Gundy was very unprofessional in this situation. He was very unprofessional. The fact that you would go to the media and put that out there and then say Dwight wants me traded, the Magic want me, Dwight wants me fired, the Magic want to get rid of me. To be fair, Stan Van Gundy is very unprofessional, very fucking unprofessional. Why you don't think he got a coaching job now? Very unprofessional. But Mark Jackson can't get a job though. That's crazy.
So.
Excuse me. Yeah, Stan, we're not worried about that, right?
That's what I just said. We got to be worried about winning games.
Yeah, what's our main concern right now? Jameer.
We have to stop Carmelo Anthony and the New York Knicks tonight.
And the New York Knicks.
That's exactly
That's
right.
the plan, right?
That is the plan. That's what I just said.
Is Dave Ping here today? The guy who started this BS?
I don't see Ping here.
Me neither.
Are you guys done with me?
Yeah. Let's all
You can talk to him now. All right.
Dwight, are the stories true about?
Come on, man. Yeah, the stories from Dave Ping are true.
Stan just said they were true.
Yeah. What's true?
Stan just said that you wanted him fired.
I said that?
Yeah, that's what Stan said.
Who did I say that to?
According to management.
I don't know. I'm just telling you.
I'm asking you, since you guys got so many sources.
Your coach said that you heard it from management.
I didn't hear anything.
I'm just telling you.
And I'm just telling you.
Do you want Stan?
Why? What did I just say yesterday? I know you guys watch ESPN.
I don't.
You don't. You guys are lying. Don't say you don't watch ESPN. Come on.
Rival company.
All right. The only thing that we're concerned with is winning a championship right now. Whatever happens at the end of the season is not under my control. I am a player for the Magic. I am not the GM. I am not Rich DeVos. I am not Alex Martins. So that's not my job. So you guys should stop with all the every other week is, trying to find something, because it's nothing. It's nothing. I haven't said anything to anybody about anything. Our main concern is winning. So all the other stuff should stop.
Coach said he does think it's true though.
Okay, well,
how do you play?
The only thing I just said that matters right now is that
Still funny. But eventually, Van Gundy was let go after the season, and that offseason, after a loss to the Pacers in the playoffs at 5, Dwight once again requested a trade. This time to the Nets alone. And the Magic had no choice. Dwight Howard was gonna walk after the season if he wasn't traded. So the Magic pulled the trigger. And from this exact moment, I think this is where a lot of people would say the guy who just dominated the NBA for almost a decade was pretty easily the best center in the NBA for 5+ years. He was never really the same player again. And that happened when he was traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. Supposed to be this stacked team. Kobe Bryant, Steve Nash, Dwight Howard, Pau Gasol, Ron Artest. I mean, they were stacked. But after recovering from one injury and coming right back and suffering another one for Dwight, the Lakers were underperforming, 17-24 halfway through the season. And this team's chemistry, if it was a 2K rating, it would be in the negatives. First, Dwight thought he didn't get the ball enough from Kobe. Listen to this. You play with Kobe Bryant, he's going to get them up. But at the same time, I have to find ways to still be effective. I can't allow that to affect how I play. There were times early in the season where I would get upset, because I felt like he shot the ball a lot. And I wanted some touches down low. Do I want touches? Yeah. But whatever I have to do to help this team win, I have to keep my mind in that area. My guy's trying to tell Kobe Bryant to pass the ball. But after that, Dwight did miss some time with a shoulder injury. Pau was out. Kobe wanted Dwight to play through the injury. It was all just a mess for the Lakers. And although the Lakers did make the playoffs, they got swept by the Spurs in the first round. And Dwight, he got ejected in Game 4 for that series.
With his rebounding defense, he's just a solid player. Yeah, you bring up a good point. He had 65 threes in the regular season and shot 37%. He can hit it from the outside.
Somebody just got a quick tee here. He's out of the game. That's his second technical.
What a way to end the year if this is the last game for the Lakers. That's 2 technical fouls.
This was the first true down season for Dwight. Even though he did make the All-NBA third team, that was after 5 straight years of the first team. And he finished with the second lowest points per game average since his sophomore season. Although he did lead the league in rebounding and ranked second in field goal percentage, so those were positives. But now Dwight was a free agent, and even though the Lakers could offer more money, he didn't want to be there. He went to Houston to play with James Harden, and they were really still confident in him. Dwight is the biggest free agent acquisition in the history of the Rockets. His addition puts us in contention. This is good for the city and especially the fans. Fans are going to have a great time this year. This team will be tremendous fun to watch. And honestly, surprisingly too, the first year went pretty well. Drama-free really. Dwight averaged 18 and 12, made the All-NBA second team. He was still good, but they lost to the Trailblazers in the first round.
Yeah. Dame Lillard.
Yeah, that was just the start. The next season, Dwight misses 12 of the first 22 games of the season because of knee problems. He came back for about a month, but then again, knee problems. But somehow, someway, even with Dwight only playing 41 games that season, the Rockets reached the Western Conference Finals. And although they did lose to the Warriors 4-1, maybe, just maybe, they had something building. So the next season, Dwight was actually still pretty good. Even though this game is an outlier, he had a game where he dropped 36 and 26. I mean, he still had it in him, so much so where he opted out of a $23 million contract because he believed in himself. And it worked. He signed for 3 years, $70 million with the Hawks that offseason. And right away, he made an impact. 19 boards in his first game. But the Hawks weren't good. They were hoping maybe Dwight could take him to the next level, but it just wasn't the case. So they blew everything up that next offseason and traded him to Charlotte. were again immediate impact. 4 straight games to start off the season with 15 plus rebounds. And then a game with a franchise 30 rebounds versus the Nets later in that season. The 8th player in NBA history to record a 30-30 game, the first player in 8 years, and Dwight was actually really still solid. A franchise record 53 double-doubles that season. He joined Kareem and Wilt as the only players to hold single-season records for 2 teams. And then he became one of 6 players to average a double-double in each of his first 13 seasons in the NBA. Except, if you really watch the Hornets, a lot of people feel like these were just empty stats. And the NBA was evolving, big start to be able to shoot now. It was a new era. And because of that, a lot of people felt Dwight wasn't valuable anymore, and the Hornets agreed to trade Dwight to the Nets for basically nothing.
Stephen A., what does this trade tell you about Howard?
It tells me that he's irrelevant. It tells me that Dwight Howard probably made the biggest mistake in his life by leaving the Orlando Magic years ago.
Damn. Right after that, the Nets cut him too. So once again, Dwight Howard, he was a free agent. Clearly, on the decline of his career, the LA Lakers decided to give him one more shot. And really, it was a great move, because Dwight was so committed, he offered to sign a non-guaranteed contract to assure the team he would accept any role and could be cut at any time. He just wanted to win. Through the season, he shared playing time evenly with JaVale McGee, and in the playoffs, they started to use Dwight even more. In the Western Conference Finals, they found him to be the perfect matchup to try and slow down Nikola Jokic. Obviously, no one's stopping Jokic, but Dwight did the best he could. And the Lakers would go on to advance to the finals where they played the Heat. And finally, after 16 years in the NBA, Dwight Howard finally wins his first NBA championship. But suddenly, right after that championship, even after being so important in that playoffs, he signed a 1-year deal with the Sixers, they let him walk, and then a 3rd stint with the Lakers, same thing. And just like that, at 36 years old, 2 years removed from being an important piece to a championship team, Dwight Howard is no longer in the NBA. Now what happened? Well, partially, the game evolved to where everyone has to shoot, but on the other end, Dwight Howard has been disrespected really his whole career.
Yeah.
I mean, leaving Dwight Howard off the NBA 75th anniversary team was disrespectful enough. I bet he had a better career than at least 25 of those guys. And I know they left the guys from the 50th anniversary team, but even the newly added 25 guys, still, better careers than a lot of them. And I won't name names in specific, but I'm sure if you go down that list, after watching this video, you can pick some for yourself. But really, Dwight Howard is a confusing player. One of my favorite players of all time, one of the best centers we've seen in the 21st century, went from being one of the best players on championship contenders, to being on a drama-filled team every year, to being an important part of a championship winner, to out of the NBA. Something that never really made too much sense to me.
Yeah, man, they disrespected the fuck out of Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard is solid, man. Solid, bro. A solid player to be in that top 75. Most definitely a Hall of Fame career. I'm not even going to deny that. He definitely deserved to. He definitely deserved to have a Hall of Fame. He definitely has a Hall of Fame career in the bag. So yeah, there's that as well. That's just me though. I think that Dwight Howard was disrespected as a player. Now as a person, I can't speak on that. You know, let's just be real. Let's just be real.
Well, let's be nice. Let's be nice. We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good Lord.
Freaky ass nigga, he a 69 god.
I'm just saying. But anyways, though, that's just gonna about do it for this one, man. I will see you all in the next video. Till then, peace out. There is not 75 players better than Dwight Howard. There's just not.